Howdy, Saxophone Geeks. Hope you like the hat. It's a gift from a student. It's actually a proper Stetson for whatever it's worth. Now, I don't wear it much because it's a little much. It's not really my style, but whatever. So this video, I unboxed a new New York Meyer. You'll see more about that. And it seemed like a used mouthpiece when I got it. I just got off the phone with the guy at Kessler, nice guy. And he said, yeah, no, we go through all of them because the consistency hasn't been good from Babbit. And that they open each one, they put the tape on for ligature scratching, assuming I think that people are going to return. If they're going to return it, they want to be able to resell them. But he said they go through all of them, and that the mouthpiece is in fact new. So that makes sense because they really packaged it well. Everything else was up above board, so that shed light on the subject. So I'm going to edit the remaining part of the unboxing video to take as much of my language out, because I was just, oh, this looks used, this doesn't look new, and I got to talk to Kessler and whatever. No, he shed light on what was going on. They go through them just to be sure. So that makes sense, and so then we'll go ahead and play test the mouthpiece. There are some gouges and marks on the outside of the body of the piece, but from what he said, it sounds like that's just the way they're coming from Babbit. But the facing looks okay, everything else looks okay on it, and that's probably why they approved it and sent it through. It's otherwise okay. So I think we're just going to go with that being that's the condition they come from Meyer. Far from perfect, but let's see how it plays. Let's just let the ears and the chops do the deciding. It's just a mouthpiece after all. So stay tuned for a little more of the unboxing. Sorry about the confusion. Like I said, it's a good thing I talked to Kessler and they seem cool. So he said if I have any other problems with it or whatever, just let them know. So good customer service from Kessler. It was a good phone call. The guy seemed nice. So there you go. Howdy, Saxophone Geeks. Hope you're doing good. We are going to do an interesting video today. It was an impulse buy. I don't suggest buying mouthpieces. I suggest practicing. Nonetheless, I bought a stupid mouthpiece. It's probably a bad idea. I did it anyway. I've been meaning to shoot this video for a while, but they packaged it so well, I was unable to get it open quickly, and I was rushing to get out to teach. You can't be late for your gig, whether it's a gig or a teaching gig. So I'm only now able to get to this and open this up. We're going to take a look at what it is, discuss it, and play it for the first time. You'll hear it for the first time. So here we go. So let's take a look at what we got here. We've got a Meyer mouthpiece box, okay, and we have a box of reeds. So let's take a look at it. All right, the reason I did this is because I'm looking for a mouthpiece for alto that's a little more open so that I can play a bit of a softer reed. My setups are changing a little bit. Sometimes in life, as a saxophonist, you have to adjust over time. And at this point, with some changes to my soprano setup and my tenor setup, I'm heading towards a bit of a more relaxed embouchure, and I'm just looking for some change, and I don't really have any alto mouthpieces that fit that bill. I have a bunch of Meyer mouthpieces, but they're all 5s. I have a couple of 6 size mouthpieces, but no 7. This is the new Meyer New York model. It's going to be hard to see, sorry. NY7 medium. The box looks fairly the same. So let's open it up and see what's going on in here. So we have, box top, blah, 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 blah. We have our box bottom. We have a Meyer cap, shaped kind of like the mouthpiece. Does sit up nice and straight like that. There's a Van Doren cap that when you put it like this, it falls over. I hate it. All right, these mouthpieces come with a ligature. This is a strange setup here. The original Meyer ligatures had the screws on top, and they had the 3 openings. They were a little wider, I think. And they would have just been a regular band ligature. They wouldn't have had all this deal. But this is sort of a style in mouthpieces now to have these rods going across for the reed to sit on. We will see how well it fits the mouthpiece, how well, number one, how well it fits other mouthpieces, and then number two, do we like how it sounds? It's pretty substantial, and the threading feels pretty nice on the screws. Sometimes when things are made cheaply, one of the ways you could tell is the threads. The threads here on the screws won't really function. They'll feel gritty and rough. So maybe this is all right. We'll see. Now, as far as the finish, it's got some scratching on it. It's got a little scratching here. So again, what we're sort of seeing is that maybe this is not a brand new mouthpiece. Let's take this out of the box and see. Yeah, this looks like this has been messed with, you know. It's got blue on here. I don't think Meyer would have put that on. Who knows? It's got a patch on it. So outside of, you know, what we're normally going to see on a Meyer, it looks pretty normal. It looks pretty stock. If you didn't know anything about this, it would just look like a regular Meyer. Fortunately, it's about the same price as a regular Meyer, so you're not that deep into it. It's got 7M on the table here. We see we've got a really pretty standard Meyer baffle profile, nothing too crazy. Let's see. I like to look through. Again, we're going to play it. We're not just going to look at the damn thing. It looks like it's got a little bit of a deeper throat. I don't know if that's the word. But down inside there, it looks like it's a little larger a chamber than a standard Meyer. And also, we look at it this way, and we can see the squeeze in the chamber is a little smaller than a regular medium Meyer. And then, of course, on the bottom it says New York, and that's at this point one of the only things we see that defines it from a regular Meyer. But the real point of it is to play a 7, and with some slightly softer reeds. 3.5s might be okay too. I don't really know. I play normally 4s on a 6 Meyer, and it's just kind of getting tiring. So anyway, later today we will do a first play test. It's a little early right now, and I play too loud, so it's a little early right now to be play testing a mouthpiece. So we're gonna wait. But you will see the very first notes on this. We'll put some reeds in the water, and we'll see how it plays. I'm not really sure what to expect. So I generally don't read reviews on mouthpieces because, well, I don't really take too much stock in what they say because generally it's going to play different for me anyway. That's what I've learned over time. So there's our Meyer, you know. It was $179, which is, you know, for a mouthpiece, I mean, that's the best you can really do. Say what you will about the quality control at Babbit. Some people really don't like these mouthpieces, but, you know, the next step up is $300, and then the next step up after that is $350, $400. The Johannes Gerber, he makes beautiful mouthpieces, but they're $450, $420. So, you know, to just pick up a mouthpiece just to try a 7, this seemed really for me to be the way to go. The facing work, you know, it looks pretty even, and we're not going to measure it with the measuring stuff because I'm not, frankly, I don't really know that I get that accurate a measurement anyway. But everything looks all right. So we're going to throw a reed on in a little bit and see what it plays like. So I'm going to do 2 videos because I've talked an awful lot. We're already at 7 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. So that's what it looks like out of the box. Right, so right about here was where I continued ranting about Kessler, and this is not a new mouthpiece. And to repeat, I spoke to them at Kessler. They were very nice. Kessler Sons in Las Vegas, and they go through these mouthpieces to double check Babbit, because Babbit is sending these mouthpieces out with pretty inconsistency as far as their quality from the factory. And so Kessler's going through these to make sure that they're decent. And it's interesting to note that with the scuffs on the body, that's from the factory. You know, that's manufacturing. Maybe they're being rough with the blanks because they're rushing with time-wise. But those marks on the body, those are buffed over. That's the way that came from the factory. That's not Kessler that did that, I don't think. So that's our deal. we're going to play test it. We'll let our ears and our chops and our feelings tell us how we like the mouthpiece. And that's what we're going to do next. So stay tuned for the second part of this, which will be the actual playing of the actual saxophone mouthpiece that you're seeing in this unnecessarily long video. So there you go. Thanks for watching. And again, you know, this is where I was talking about the scuffing on the body. It was a little hard to see, but there by the serial number up on top. But I mean, I don't know, unless they're BSing me over at Kessler. You know, who knows? The guy seemed cool. Let's play it, see what it plays like. I mean, it was $170. You know, your next step up is, you know, more expensive. So this is a good way for me to try a larger size, which is what I was hoping to do. And I guess we just have to deal with what it looks like, what the quality of it is. So that's the deal. Stay tuned for part 2, and thanks for sticking with this long video.